welcome back.
Nick and Lex here.
Hey everyone.
How's it going, guys? So tonight, I'm super excited. I'm gonna show this song to Alexia. This is, I think, by a Dream Theater album that is kind of underrated.
Okay.
Like went under the radar because it has like this very commercial sound.
Okay.
And I love it. You know, it's like a different
different
style.
side. Okay.
Yeah, and I think you really would appreciate this. Has a little bit more of a Pink Floyd vibe, a little bit more radio friendly. It's not as progressive. I mean, it is very progressive, but it's just like what happened with this album is that the record company was pushing them to make more commercial songs. It was very frustrating for Dream Theater at the time. To this album, they even changed the font of the Dream Theater logo.
Okay.
See? So it was kind of like not a very good experience for the band, but the music is amazing. This music reminds me, I mean, it's like for Rush fans, progressive fans that are not so much into heavy metal. It doesn't get so crazy, but there's an amazing lineup. I mean, it's all the originals, but the keyboard player, who the first one was Kevin Moore. He left, and then Derek Sherinian, I think it's Sherinian, he joined, and he's just this amazing guy. And so this song that we're about to listen to, it's the longest one on the album, but it has like this section that really reminds me of UK in the Dead of Night, and I'll point it out when it happens. It has like this Holdsworth section in there, you know.
Okay.
Even the keyboard, like the lines that they're playing. So I wanted to present it to Alexia, and you guys, if you haven't heard it before, I've heard the song just today. I've heard it. I hadn't heard it in like maybe 5, 6, 7 years.
Okay.
And today I listened to it when we went for the walk. It's like, I have to show this to Alexia. So we're going to present to you Trial of Tears by Dream Theater, and it's in sections, right? It's Raining, and then Deep in Heaven, and then what is the next one?
The Wasteland.
The Wasteland, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Here we go.
Yeah, and thank you so much for showing this to me. And we've done from this album Hell's Kitchen and Lines in the Sand.
Yes.
And I do remember liking both of those when they come on my random playlist.
You leave it
I
on.
enjoy it and I listen to
Yeah,
them.
I mean, we all know by now that Alexia is not the biggest fan of James LaBrie, but here in this album, he has, you know, it's not too overwhelming, it's not too high, and, you know, I guess it's like a happy medium for you, you know? So, and there's a lot of instrumental parts, so I'm sure you're going to have a great time. Otherwise, I wouldn't even play this for you. So, but yeah, this is from 1997.
Okay.
So this is before Metropolis 2, before they got really heavy, and before Jordan Rudess, and before Liquid Tension as well.
Wow.
So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. Please let us know what you think. If you haven't heard this before, please give it a chance. I hope a lot of people see Dream Theater and they're like, oh God, no, it's metal, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to come up with something in the description so people that love progressive rock like Rush, Marillion, etc., click on this Genesis, because it's really good.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
League,
excited.
you know, League would really dig this because it has like so much good music. So here we go with Trial of Tears, and I hope you enjoy. And Alexia, you're the one who's going to react to it.
Okay,
right?
perfect.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
yes.
all right, here we go. Boom. Very Rush.
Yeah. Very calming, serene.
Very not Dream Theater right now, huh?
I'm like in a forest right now.
natural science. never stop a solo, but it's so like I'm gonna rewind.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
Oh my gosh,
because this
so
was more
good.
like a ballad. The whole thing. It's a build up, and then there's a little bit. But what did you feel?
Yeah, I agree. It was. I loved the way everything was building. I just could feel how it was getting, but at the same time I couldn't. Like, I was just enjoying every moment so much, and then I'd look back and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about what was happening before this.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just kind of taking me along for the ride. And then when you're like, okay, next song, I'm like, I knew it. I could feel that it was coming, you know? So it's so great. The bass is just amazing.
Well, right?
The drums are wonderful. The guitar. And in this case, James's voice isn't bothering me as much because I don't know, it really bothers me when it's so whiny with like very heavy. And since this isn't as heavy, it's a little bit like the melody of it, his voice doesn't crash so much.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, his parts are also a little bit slower, more talkative.
Yeah.
Like, it's raining.
Yeah.
It's raining.
Yes.
Boom. But yeah, so the main reason I stopped, because now is this part, and I'm going to rewind. It reminds me so much of In the Dead of Night. It's almost like listening. If you listen to the chords, like in the dead of night, and then it comes the solo of Alan Holdsworth. Those chords are very like open, and what the keyboard player does here for John Petrucci, so he gives him all this space to play. So listen to the solo. It sounds very Holdsworth inspired, like he wanted to go a little bit closer to that style. So that's why I wanted to stop. I usually never stop in a solo. Like, that's like sacrilegious.
But if we rewind the whole thing,
I wanted to do it for Alexia, so you would, because it's a different section of the song. It's so powerful. So here we go.
And I had so much to say also about what we had just heard. I'm like, I'm never going to remember half, and I still didn't.
Yeah, it's 13 minutes. So yeah, just for the sake of... Okay, here we go.
the third song.
I mean, it's one, but
Yeah, well, the third part.
Away, I continue to move along,
yeah.
cultivating
James.
my own nonsense.
This sounds so good.
So good, right?
Welcome to the wasteland, where you'll find ashes, nothing but ashes. Still awake, bringing change, bringing movements, bringing life, a silent prayer thrown away, disappearing in the air, rising, sinking, raining deep inside me, nowhere to turn. I look for the way back It's raining, raining, raining deep inside. Raining, raining, raining deep inside. It's raining, raining, raining deep inside. It's raining, raining.
Sounds like Neo.
Totally Xanadu.
Yes.
Like, wow, I can't believe it.
Wasn't that a different experience? Like a different Dream Theater style?
So
Totally.
good. Everything about that song was amazing. I'm gonna be listening to this many times
Yeah.
on my own. Yeah, I loved it.
I've delivered.
And really, that last part, James's voice was pretty cool. It reminded me of like Blackfield.
Yes.
You know, like that style
It
of
had like a little proggy vibe, but also 90s. It's
Yeah.
1997, so
Porcupine Tree.
Porcupine Tree,
you
like
know?
even I would say like Soundgarden, not grunge,
Yeah.
but alternative. It sounded a little bit alternative the way he was singing.
So good. What
And
a
that
great
solo,
track.
man.
Everything was so good. Like everyone was just wow, amazing. And I've always not always, but you know, in the last couple of years said that I do enjoy Dream Theater now, you know, but this was something else. Like this makes me want to listen to the full album because I do remember Hell's Kitchen I liked very much.
Yes.
And
Lines in the
Lines
Sand.
in the Sand as well.
It's so bizarre. A lot of people are like, this is my favorite album. And it's like the album that got the most criticism because they were not playing the typical heavy metal. I mean, it didn't sound like heavy metal right now. It sounded more like rock, like prog rock. I mean, there's distortion and there's riffs. But I think they just... I mean, I think it's a great album that because they can pretty much play what they want.
Yes.
And then they decided, obviously, after this to go full, like, not metal. I mean, I don't consider them a metal band. They've always been so versatile. They play everything, but their songs obviously have a lot of distortion and they're very fast and like they got heavier after this. But this was just like an experiment because the record company was on their ass, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but I think it was a great result still.
So good.
You know?
And if that's the album closer, I don't even want to imagine what like the full
I know.
album is like, you know.
You should do it.
I loved how it felt like I don't know, very peaceful and serene, and then, you know, a lot of like punch there, and then again the calm, and
I know.
just
very
a great journey, you know.
And
I feel
you know
like
what I noticed? What that I didn't notice today? Like the bass, and this is very
so good. It was all over
the place and doing a lot of stuff, and even a little solo.
Yeah.
And really cool, like John Mayong, you know, on the bass. He must have been very happy with this track,
yes,
you know.
absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Thank you so much for
Yay,
showing
I'm
this
so
to me. I
happy.
could see how happy you were
Yeah.
because you knew I was enjoying it genuinely. And yeah, that's very sweet.
I
because
try to be as, you know I get carried away, you know, I make all my faces, and I try to, you know, point you in like the cues, like, oh,
Yeah.
but I wanted to just stand here and just look at you, but it's impossible.
I know.
It's so good that it just gets me, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the solo really reminds me so much of Holdsworth there. The keyboard solos were so, he's such a different player than Jordan Rudess and Kevin Moore. So he's just like he was very, I think I really like him in Dream Theater, Derek. And he did later on Derek Sherinian with all these different artists. He did with Ali Miola, Planet X, Virgil Donati, and all this stuff. So he was, I think, a very important part for Dream Theater to move forward, and then get Jordan Rudess, and then become like this mega band.
And
you know,
like you mentioned earlier, I'm a big fan of Liquid Tension Experiment because it's basically this without the vocals, you know? So, yeah, I have a big respect for all of these guys. I think they're great, and even with the changes in personnel, you know.
Yeah, well, pretty much what happened after this is that they got Jordan Rudess, and that was the lineup for like 10 years, 15 years, and then then Mike Portnoy left the band. And that's Mike Mangini. That's the one we saw live, but he's amazing. You know, he was the drummer of Steve Vai, and then they did all this. I think he was with them for like 14 years, and now he left the band, and Mike Portnoy is coming back.
Well, he left the band.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, they kind of like
excluded.
Yeah,
from
I think they told him like, well, sorry, you know, Mike is back.
Yeah.
And then
adios.
Yeah, that's kind of like, you know, I don't know how I feel about that still, but I haven't, you know, looked into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I think it'll be good, but it's just sad.
It's sad, you know, because I mean, that's his career, you know, and I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna have a hard time getting a job. Being that amazing. He's like literally in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh wow.
Mike Mancini. So he's gonna be in a great band.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching us. This was a pleasure, Alexia. Thank you for taking the time. It's a long song.
Yeah.
We've been sitting here for 25 minutes.
I can feel it.
We're good. We're gonna go stretch, but thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone,
again for being here. And anything else you want to add?
No, I just really enjoyed this. And you know, if you're a Dream Theater fan and you're just now watching us, go back to see our very first Dream Theater reaction, Erotomania, I think. Yeah. And
Alexia was not happy.
But don't ruin it. Don't spoil it. Yeah, there was a line in there that's very famous that we constantly quote because I was new to all of this and I didn't quite appreciate it as much as I do now. So check that out. Check out our other videos. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Check out our other ones. We hope to see you all in the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.